All right. Right now I'm walking to get some cigarettes and stuff. A little tired. Yay! Hmm. You know, I just haven't been following the news lately. Just trying to take care of a lot of personal things. As you know, this week's vlog is not long at all, which is a good thing, right? Instead of 1 hour and 50 damn minutes, this is only like a couple of minutes. Man, these cars are coming by really fast here. Kind of scurry. It's really cloudy right now. You can't really see it, but it is like scattered clouds everywhere. But, I mean, it is nice and warm and humid, which indicates that there's definitely some type of front coming in. It's like, what, beginning of December, and it's not even cold, you know. I mean, it was cold for a little bit. It did get cold, just for a little bit there. But it never got cold, which is a good thing. I mean, it's nice where all you gotta do is wear just a coat and, you know, put your, you know, headgear on, and you're good to go. But it never got down to where you're like, oh God, you know, like in Chicago and stuff. That's one of the things that's good about living in Texas. When it gets cold here, it only lasts like a week, you know, at most. Then it'll get warm, you know, or it'll get like comfortable. Then it'll get cold again for like a few days. Then it'll get warm. Then it'll get really cold. Then it'll get warm. then it'll get cold. It'll get warm, and then it'll just bounce back and forth. But then when summer comes along, it gets really hot. This year, it was not bad. It was nice, hot. It wasn't unbearable, and it wasn't horribly humid either. Last year, oh my God, that was just ridiculously hot, and it was ridiculous humidity. You know, so you know, there's definitely a difference here as compared to Phoenix, where in Phoenix it gets really freaking hot, but then in the summertime it only gets a little bit humid. In fact, it gets really humid during the monsoon season, and that only lasts like a month. So not much happening in the tech world. Microsoft announced the price for the Surface Windows 8 Pro is going to be like $899, which I think is a good price. Now that is a price that I like. When Windows RT, when Microsoft announced the price for Windows RT, I was like, that's a little high, you know, and just because of the fact that there aren't a whole lot of apps for Windows RT. And yeah, I think they needed to justify the cost and make it, well, I think what Microsoft was trying to do was to compete fairly with other OEMs, because I really do believe Microsoft could have gone cheaper. But since they have to work with other OEMs, they had to make it about the same price, because an Asus Windows RT tablet, which is a 10-inch tablet, is about the same price. Maybe just a little bit higher. So I think Microsoft is probably the cheapest you can get. Now, keep in mind that, yeah, Windows 8 and Windows RT is bloated. So when you're working with, let's say, a 32 gigabyte storage on your Windows RT, it's going to be 16 gigabytes of stuff already taken up. So you only got 16 gigabytes left. But one thing that's great about Windows 8 and Windows RT is that you can expand your memory very easily. You can get a 32 gigabyte or 64 gigabyte micro SD card, and drop it into your Surface, and there goes your expandable memory. And if you have like one stick for, let's say you're doing some video editing on the go, you're using Windows Surface or Microsoft Windows Surface, Microsoft Surface for video editing on the go, like you want something portable, something that you can, edit on the airplane. I'm just giving you an example here. And this is what I would use it for, basically. Instead of carrying a heavy-ass laptop, and I have my favorite laptops, 17 inches and all that. If I'm on an airplane, I'm not going to even think about trying to lug around a 17-inch laptop. I'm going to pack it away. But because I have all my stuff on SkyDrive, and even my videos for sHiZ is on SkyDrive. Everything's backed up on SkyDrive, my editing and everything. So my thinking is, why not have this Surface where I can edit my videos on the airplane? Or if someone's driving, I can just whip it out real quick and make a quick edit, or edit the whole thing. Sure, the rendering may take longer. It's an i5 processor, which is decent. Okay, you got to admit, i5 is a decent processor. Okay, it's not bad. It's not an i3. Okay, and I'm talking about Windows 8 Pro. I'm not talking about the Snapdragon or Windows RT. I'm talking about Windows 8 Pro. So if I install Sony Vegas on it, and it's 64-bit, so it can handle it. Yes, I can edit the video. At least I can do the edits. Like I can video edit everything, get everything set up, save the file, and if it's a 10-minute video, sure, I can render it. Now, if it was a half-hour video or a 1-hour video, I may want to wait, save it, and then wait for the SkyDrive to sync up my laptop, and then start to render on my laptop. But one thing that's great, I can take my Surface on the go. So while my laptop stays in the hotel or at home, my Surface is what I use on the go. And I can access all my videos. Now, keep in mind that when I render my videos, I file, render, save to another folder on my SkyDrive. So once the video is complete on my video render, I have access to it on my phone and on my laptop. So this is what I'm talking about. I mean, just think about the potential of this, of what it can do. Now, right now I have a 25 gigabyte SkyDrive account, and as you know, Google Drive is 5 gigabytes. I believe Dropbox is only 2. They probably increased it for competition reasons, but as far as I know, you only get 2 for free. And SkyDrive is 7 gigabytes. I don't think Yahoo does anything like this yet. They used to, though. Yahoo used to have a place where you stored photographs and simple stuff, files and stuff, but they got rid of that. And how they did it was they sent you an email. I remember this. This is when Yahoo purchased Flickr. And I had a few photographs. Oh, that's how I started my Flickr account. I have to bring back some memories. Oh, my God. Okay. How my Flickr got started. Almost out of batteries again. My phone had enough time to charge. But I had a lot of stuff on Yahoo Photos and Yahoo Briefcase. What it was called. That's right. It was called Briefcase. I remember now. And they sent out an email saying all your files will be deleted, but your photographs will be transferred to Flickr. And it was. And if you look at my very first photo uploads on Flickr, if you go to the very last page on Flickr, you will see where it says uploaded from Yahoo Photos in the description. And then Yahoo gave me 2 years of free pro accounts. At the end of the 2 years, they didn't do that anymore. And I was like, okay, so I guess I have to go ahead and pay for it now. And ever since then, I've used Flickr to store all my photos. Every time I take a picture, it doesn't matter, or design a graphic. It doesn't matter if it's a horrible graphic or picture. If it was a mistake, oops, I upload it. And if it does show a little bit private, I do it only for me to see. And if it's horribly private, or if it's, well, I don't care if anybody sees it or not, but it's inappropriate for children, I will, of course, set it to family only to protect my account from being flagged, of course. But yeah, I remember that. Okay, that's how my Flickr account got started. So you can go to my very first photo upload, and I guess I started my Flickr account after Yahoo bought it. And I always thought that I started my Flickr account beforehand, but that's not true. At the time, I did not really use. Oh, see, now I remember this. Back in those days, in late 90s, I was not into cloud services. In fact, it wasn't even called the cloud. I was not into storing my information on another person's server. I always said that I would like to do my own. Like, for instance, Yahoo groups and all that, I always found ways of doing my own group situation. For instance, like some type of program that I can install, and it was always CGI back in those days. PHP wasn't really popular at the time, or I don't think it was even invented. Okay. I gotta go get cigarettes. Let me turn this camera off so I can save on batteries and talk some more.